catch up to you guys.
Guys, which letter are you guys choosing to kill?
Why?
Okay, good. I like it. Why? Because there's a nice way to make him die. And I can find one more way to make him die. So if you take the first and which ones?
First and third.
First and third, and add them directly together, you make a fourth equation. So I get 9x. The y's that. Negative 3z and z is minus 2z. And negative 8 plus 9 is 1. Is that cool? Just take the first and third equation, add them. Why? Because the y's die. Now what do I have to do? I have an equation with just x and z. So what do I need to do?
Make a second.
Make another one with just x and z. I got to kill y again. Right? So anybody who hates y, that's great. Get to kill it twice. What's another way to kill y? Which two do I want to use to kill y now? Yeah, definitely 2 and 3 because the y's are already opposite signs. Will they kill each other if I add them together now? No. So what do I have to do? Which one do I multiply by what? Yeah, if I multiply this guy by 3, then these would kill each other. Are you guys with me? I mean, the idea is almost too simple to believe. If only there was a 3. Okay, put a 3 there. Legally, what's the legal way to get a 3 there and multiply the whole damn thing by 3? Yes?
If you wanted to do it by the first one,
Yes.
couldn't you just do it by negative?
Totally. I love it. But,
It's just a little hard.
you right? Even for somebody who's really good at math, and I am, I just will say that because, shit, I did a lot of work with it, so I'm really good at math. I'm not going to choose the method that has me dealing with negatives more because it's an easy place to make a mistake. Right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with it. Shit, if you do it all right, you don't make a mistake, you're beautiful. But in general, you want to pick the one that were already different signs, just to make it less places to make a mistake. I like it. So if we do take, let me see. So I'm going to rewrite this one. Become a 3. Rawr. And then I'm going to take this one and multiply by 3. 3 times 3. So I get 12x minus 3y plus 3z equals 27. True. So I just take that equation and multiply by 3. I have to do both sides. We know that. If you do different things to two sides, you've made a different equation. It's not legal. You can't do that. And now if I add these together and make a fifth equation, so here I get 10x, the y's die like I wanted, plus z equals 14. So here's the one we just got. Here's the one we got earlier. Here's the one we just got. So now I've killed the y twice. I've got two equations with just x and z. Now I kind of start over again a little bit. What letter is going to be easiest to kill between those? Z, because I just have to multiply one of them by something, right? What do I multiply this by? Come out of here a little bit. Yeah, if I multiply this fifth equation by 2. Let's see if we can do this. So times 2. What does it become? 20x plus 2z equals 28. Let me stop for a minute. So, I mean, one thing you should really like about this is very recipe-ish. Right? You see a problem like this, what do? Pick a letter. Kill it twice. Now you got two equations. Now we're back in chapter 4. And you could do elimination, substitution, whatever makes sense. So, is everybody cool with that fourth equation? 9x minus 2 is equals 1. Is everybody cool where that came from? And then the fifth equation, I had to do a little stuff because no y's would die without a little help. Right? So that times 3 is like 14. Come in and help die y. And now I get another equation with just x and z. Now between those two, if I double this dude, the z is going to die. So see, I'm like, there's too many freaking variables. There's 3 variables. Let me kill one of them twice. And then between those, let me kill another one. And then I got just one variable left. I can solve for it. Yes?
So after the fifth variable, after the fifth equation, we multiply everything by 2 to kill the z.
So the z's will die when I add those together.
With the fourth and the fifth equation?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Coolness. Why are the fourth and fifth equations so much better than the original 3? Only have 2 variables. Only have 2 unknowns.
Now, you went with equation 1 and 3 to make 4. Say if you went with 1 and 2, would you still end up with the same? Because which 2 did you go for 5? 2 and 3?
Yeah.
So you did 2 and 3 and 1 and 3.
Yes. If you would have did 1 and 2, like somebody suggested, and multiplied the first one by -3, your answers would be the same at the end, just their work in the middle would look a little different.
Okay.
Yeah. Assuming that everything goes right.
So there's no pattern you have to follow as long as you don't do the same.
So there's an
thing
idea
twice.
you have to adhere to. Kill a letter twice. How do you do it? Totally up to you. You do it a million different ways. And which letter do you kill? Whatever one you feel like is looking at you wrong, right? You're like, why? You're looking shifty. Let me kill you. All right, that's a little harsh. It's not a life lesson, right? My teacher said, if you look at me shifty. Alright, so now when I add these, I get 29x, bam, equals. Hell yeah! So I get, alright, Jeff, calm down. I get x is 1. Alright, what's up? Yes?
Do you have, the only reason we use the fourth equation is because it matched up with the fifth one if we multiply the fifth one by 2, and that's, okay, right?
So it's an interesting way you worded the question. I don't have a choice to use the fourth one, right? I created the fourth one. Why? Why did we create that fourth equation? Again, why is it better than any of the original ones? It's only got 2 things I don't know in it, right? So we created the fourth one, it's better, but it's still by itself not good. It still has 2 things I don't know. Shit, so if I make another equation with those same variables in it, right? So which means I kill the same variable again. Then between this one I made and the other one I made, I can kill a second letter. So we killed y first twice. So now I had 2 equations with x and z. Then I can kill x or z. Whichever one is easier or I feel like killing. And why is that great? Because if I kill y and then between those 2 I kill z, now I just got 1 letter and I can solve for the damn thing. So this is very recipe-ish, right? Almost the only thing that's going to change in these problems is the coefficients. Sometimes you'll even have a, b, c instead of x, y, z. Ooh, right? Maybe. So again, why do I kill the same letter twice so that I create equations that look like chapter 4? Remember good old chapter 4 when we only had 2 equations with 2 letters? So the very first thing we do is we create a problem like that because that was relatively easy. Oh, I love you guys. You guys doing all right? So I can't tell the difference between boredom and completely lost. I'm not sure. Now, what do I still have to do? What letter can I get directly now? If I know x, what letter can I get next? Z, because I have these couple of equations that relate x and z. So this is what I call, now you start to fall backwards, dominoes, right? You know x is 1, fall back 1. So I can put a 1 into this equation for x and solve for z. So now if I use this new information in here, I get 10 times 1 plus z is 14. Subtract 10, I get z is 4. So what's the only letter I don't know? Y. And where do I go to figure out what y is? Back to the originals, right? And then you can pick any of these. It shouldn't matter which one of these you pick, right? Because this is supposed to be where they all meet. So I don't care. Let's pick the first one because it's got room above it. So if x is 1, plus y is by itself, and z is 4. You guys with me?
Yes.
This is supposed to be a y. Let's see what raw. So then I get 5 minus 12 is negative 7. Add 7, I get y is negative 1. Yes? No? Yes? Maybe? Yes.
How'd you get negative 7?
Oh, 5 minus 12. What does it say? This is 3 times 4. Yeah, cool. All right. What's up? What is it about this that... No, I know. All right. There's always a level of, I don't like any math. Okay, let's get over that. What is it about this problem? Which step? You got to let me know what the minute I lose you. Yes?
Does it matter which one you start off with?
Nope.
Oh.
Why did we choose Y to kill? Because it was the easiest one to kill. See how hard X would be to kill twice? I could kill it once by doubling the second equation, adding it to the third. Does everybody see that? But then that 5 makes things really shitty, so I'm not going to pick X. Yes?
And then for the X, Y, and Z, is there always going to be the same answer, or you're going to get different outcomes depending on which one you start with?
So this is beautiful. There's one set of equations. They can, if they have an answer, it has to be the same answer. Just because you choose to do it in a different order does not change what the answer is. So if I were to redo this whole problem again, which maybe we should, and instead of killing Y, I kill Z. Yeah, let's do it. And let's see if we get the same answer. If we don't, we can throw all of this out. You're all like, and now I feel a little bit, I'm like, I'm going to make some dumb mistake. And you're going to like, throw out chapter 9. All right.
I think some people are getting confused on what to do with their variables and you figure them out and like where to put them. I think you do X like where.
Oh yeah, the minute you know X, you fall back one level because you got these two equations with X and Z. So that means if I knew X, I could get Z. So the minute I discover X, I fall back one and I get Z. And then I fall back 2 to the original so that I can get the last 2. That's the only place Y shows up is in the originals because the first thing I did was kill it twice. So I like to think of it as dumb. You keep falling back. The minute I discover a letter, I fall back one and I put it in and I hit the other letter. Then I got 2 letters. I go back to the original because that's the only place where that last letter lives. That's the first thing I did to the poor guy. I was killing twice. All right, let's try this one again. You guys have some room at the bottom of that sheet maybe, or if you write really big, just get another sheet of paper out. Let's kill the Z's first. So you guys, I'm going to let you guys get a couple steps ahead of me. Try to kill the Z's twice between the 3 equations. Oh. worse, but it's not that bad. Because at least the signs are already opposite. Yeah. You can't multiply only one side of an
Right.
equation. So that's the most common mistake, is to forget to multiply the poor number on the other side. So you're not alone in that. All right, let me catch up to you guys. What's one way to kill the z?
First and third.
All right, so the first and third. So if I take the first one, let me write it over here. And then what do I have to do to the third one? Multiply it by 3, right? Is that cool? Multiply by 3 so that the z's will kill each other when I add them together. So let's see what we get. We get 12x. It's a boring class. I'm just going to slide. What am I doing? I'm multiplying this whole thing by 3. So I get 12x. There we go.
Plus 3z equals
What's up? Oh, never mind. You good? Yeah. All right, let me stop right there. Does everybody see? Does everybody know why we did what we just did? Does everybody see what the hell we just did? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Why did we do it? Because we picked the z to kill. If I add those equations together now, the z's won't die. I need a 3z there, so I put a 3z there. The only way that it's legal. You can't just put a 3, because now it's a totally different equation. But if I multiply everything by 3, it would reduce back to the same equation. Do you see what I mean when I say that? I haven't changed the answers to that equation. I have just tripled everybody, so it looks different. But now when I add those together, the z's die like a 1.
Did you guys kill y last time?
We totally do. So now we get
17
17x
minus 3y.
minus 2y, die, 19. So that's my fourth equation.
I think numbering them like that too helps me at least.
Yeah, the big mistake people, another thing, so not only people forget to multiply the other side, the next thing people forget is what came from where, right?
Like, oh, we don't need to multiply 1 and 3 again. But
Yeah, and then you end up getting like all real numbers, and that's not really the right answer. So I've already used 1 and 3, so now obviously I want to reuse which equation? Which is the best equation for z? The third one, because it's got a 1 in front of the z. So obviously I'm going to use 2 and 3 now, right? Would it be wrong to use 1 and 2? No, it would just suck. Right? Because then I have to multiply 1 by 2 and the other one by negative 3, and oh my god, why do that to yourself? If there's something with a single variable, 1 whatever, use the shit out of that guy, right? Yes?
So if I were to have started with 2 and 3, is that still okay?
Yeah, we're about to do 2 and 3.
Because that's
Yeah, what's up? So guys, the order in which you create these equations, if I would have done something else and then came back and did what I just did, would that fourth equation be different? No. So, yeah, we're about to do that. So whatever you got, we're about to get. Yeah.
So right now we're going to use equation 3 to figure out.
Now I'm going to use equation 3 the same way we just did,
With 4.
but now I'm going to use it against 2. So what am I going to want to multiply equation 3 by? Guys, why do I want to multiply equation 3 by 2 now?
because
To kill that negative 2z in over there, yeah. So I want the coefficients to be same number, different signs, so they will cancel when I add them together. Yes, no, maybe? No?
Yes.
A little bit?
Find the 2 equations with the lowest denominator and stuff.
Yeah, it is related to LCD. Totally. Alright. So if I take, I'm going to rewrite equation 2. So bookkeeping is kind of a huge thing on this problem. It's probably one reason why you guys don't like this. While I'm talking about that, I know, we're in the middle of something, I don't care. This is a lot of writing, correct? This is actually not a very long problem. Don't cry to me about long problems since you have one problem taking 7 pages. Right? I know that's sort of like uphill both ways, but too bad. We are going to learn, I think I said this yesterday, something called matrices, a matrix, right? It shortcuts this procedure. It does. We have to understand the procedure first, and then we talk about matrices, and there will be a learning curve on how the hell to use matrices, so you will give up on them almost immediately. But if you power through it, they do make this much quicker.
Easier?
Quicker. It's a different, yes, I will say easier, because it refocuses our attention from killing letters to making ones. And making, really, what I want to make is zeros. That's related to killing. I want 0, in this case, 0 Z's. Anyway, so I'm not going to say more about it until we get to it. So now I've got to take equation 3 and multiply by what? 2. Yeah, times 2. So then I get 8x minus 2y plus 2z equals 18. Yes. So we got our one better equation there. I'm going to make another better equation. By the way, this isn't 4 because 1 plus 3 is 4. This is 4 because it's the 4th equation. All right, I like it. So what do you get here? 6x plus y equals 5, I guess. So there's my 2 better equations. So what's the easiest way between these 2 to do something?
Eliminate y.
Yeah. So between these 2, I can eliminate y very easily. Right? Let me write the 4th one down here. So yes, I can see this isn't. All right, I'm going to say this, and you can disagree it up. This isn't hard. It's just a lot to write and keep track of. That's what keeps people down. I don't care. You got to develop some stamina. You got to write this stuff down. You got to keep it straight for yourself. A lot of you guys are your own worst enemy. You have all this shit just spread out and try to put it back together. Oh my God. Right? And also you're my worst enemy if I'm trying to grade your stuff and it's all over the damn place. So please, this will help me grade stuff too. If you're a little more, keep track, call it 2, 3, 5, so I can know where things are coming from. So what do I want to do with this equation? Multiply by 2, so that ends up with a 2y here. So I took this equation, doubled it, bam, 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 so that when I add these together, I kill the y. So I'm sort of like working my way through. Anyway, I watch way too many zombie movies, but kill the zombie. So we killed the Z zombie, that makes sense. And now I'm killing the Y zombies, right? Working my way through. And then what do I get here? I get X. What? 19x. 29, sorry. 29x. Yeah, good job, Jeff. Equals 29. X is 1. And then if I plug that back into equation 5, because see how y is already solved? So if I take equation 5 and put a 1 in for x, that's equation 5, put a 1 in for x. Subtract, subtract, to get y is -1. That's what we got. And then, if I use the first equation again, the first equation on the original was 5x plus y minus 3z equals negative 8. If I plug in a 1 for x and I plug in a negative 1 for y, 4. So I get 4 minus 3z equals negative 8, subtract 4, I get negative 3z equals negative 12, divide by negative 3, because z is 4, which is the same z we got earlier, right? Whew. So, this is an example of a process where it doesn't matter the order in which you do things. The idea is kill a letter twice. Which one? I don't know. Whichever one you like. Which two equations? I don't care. Whichever two make sense. And then do it again. And then between those two equations, kill another letter. Because what's the whole problem from the beginning? Too damn many letters. So I love the whole idea that there's too many letters. So what are we going to do? Let's get rid of some of them. Legally. Right? We're not going to go to jail for any of these bodies. They were zombies. So we're going to get awards. Right? Some math problems and nothing too exciting. Sorry. But, all right. Here's all right. What I'm going to do is I want to talk about the geometry behind this. Just for a minute. We're not going to do any 3D drawings or anything, but I still want to show you some of the idea behind this. Then I'm going to do a few word problems related to this. And then I'm going to desperately try to let us out a little early. That's my goal for today. Don't book on it for tomorrow, but today I'm going to try to do that. So, this is almost too cool. I know that's me saying it, but hopefully some of you guys agree with me. All right, geometrically, this could be a very weird question. Way back in the day, how would you graph just this? Way back in the day. You would just, no. Way back in the day. Way back. How would you graph this? So, geometrically, when I see a single letter, what does that relate to? A point. And then we move up. When I see two letters, what is it now going to be? What does this look like if I graph it? It's a line. I love it. Right? You guys with me? So this would be a line. It would actually be a line like this. 3, 2. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. Now, you ready for this? How many letters do I see in these that we're working with now? Each equation has 3 letters. What's the next step up? This went from a point. If I line up a bunch of points, they make a line. So the next step up would be, what do you get if you put a bunch of lines together? You get a plane. It's like this plane. So when I have 3 equations, when I have 2 equations with 2 unknowns, x plus y equals 3 and 2x minus y equals 7, whatever the shit, and you put the other one on there, you look for where they meet, right? Where the 2 lines meet. So now I've got 3 planes. Not planes, but plane. So for example, this wall is a plane. Are you with me? If we assume it goes forever, up and down, right? That wall is a plane, right? Do those 2 planes meet?
Yes.
At a line, right? That ceiling is a plane. The ceiling, this wall, that wall, all meet where? At that point. I love it. It kicks ass. So the answer we just got, 1, negative 1, 4, is a 3-dimensional point. Right? Look here. If I go over so much, that's x. Up so much, that's y. Out so much, that's z. I like it. This is so beautiful. Sorry. It really, something I know you. But you gotta love it. There's always a geometrical interpretation. Even if I made it 4 variables. What's weird about 4 variables? Do we have 4 dimensions? Can you look? Show me 4 dimensions. Go. No, you can't do that. Anybody ever heard of like hypercube? Hypercube, no. All right, it's more than just a weird horror movie. Look up Cube. Cube is a good movie. Sorry. So there's these ideas about what the 4th dimension could mean. We're not even going to deal with third dimension right now, to be honest. We're dealing with the algebra behind it. I'm not going to make you graph 3D planes and show me where they meet, right? We're not going to do that. Holy shit. But I desperately want you to realize what the situation is. Now, any three planes, do they have to meet at a point? What about this plane, the back wall, and the ceiling? These two planes are what? Parallel to each other. So if I had an equation that was this plane, the ceiling, and that plane, ain't going to be no solution for that thing. Somewhere you're going to get 0 equals 7 in your work. Do you guys understand? I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So we're going to do a few word problems. They will lead to more. Obviously, they're going to set up the equations that we then have to solve. So we'll get more practice with this. So this is page 67 in your reading book. Word problems. Oh shit, it's on over there. Reset the camera. No.